Hi friends, welcome back. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are tuning in today. This is going to be a video for Miss Summer Wells, and we are going to read on Ernie Shell, The Lightning Tiger. This has been a popular request on the channel, and for whatever reason, I keep saying I'm going to do the reading, and then I don't, and then I forget, and he's always somebody that slips my mind when thinking about people who you guys have had suspicions about or want to look into. So again, I'm so sorry. Thank you all for being so patient. As you can see from the beginning of the video, I chose the decks at random that we are using today. We have the Shadowland Lenormand, the Dark Mirror, the Wild Unknown Archetypes, and then we have the Wild Unknown Tarot, the Luna Tarot, and the Deadweight. So that is what we will be pulling from today to get energy around Ernie Shell. I will say I was trying to do a quick Google search on him just to brush up on his energy because I don't really know much about him, and then I stopped myself after the very first video that I seen about him like abusing animals or something, and I'm like, okay, I really don't want to get into too much, and it's probably a good thing that I don't remember much about him because I want this to be a clean slate energy pull and just asking about Ernie Shell, his energy, and his possible involvement around Summer Wells' disappearance. And the fact that I don't know much is probably for the better. I know what I do know about him is I believed he lived in the area, possibly somewhere in Tennessee, close to the Wells. I'm assuming if you guys think he's involved. I know he interviewed Candace quite a while ago because I do remember, I think, watching an interview, but I could be wrong about that. And then the other thing, I just seen somebody alleged he abused animals in a YouTube video. I didn't watch that video, but that I seen that. And the other thing is I know that he is involved in like trafficking or like helping trafficking victims, or he like stands with child trafficking advocates, things like that. So I know he was like raising money, had a Facebook page at one point, because another headline I seen when I Googled him besides the animal thing was his page was taken down or something like that. So very little I know about this guy, or I don't remember much. I know he is somehow under suspicion. I don't really know why you guys suspect him. So I just want to open up the reading today with getting energy around him and the person that he was, and if he was potentially involved or knows more about what happened to Summer Wells. So forgive me for my ignorance if something comes out that should be obvious, or if you think I've looked into him. I don't know what's going to come out, so I don't know what is so obvious to the public or really why he's under suspicion. So again, just give me grace in this reading. I'm going in pretty blind as to what other people think about him or why he could be involved. So that aspect I have no idea about. Trying to think. There was another person you guys asked me. I think his name was like Benny. I don't know much about that guy either. I think possibly he has a YouTube channel, or he does like interviews, or is he a YouTuber that does, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that Benny guy either, but you guys seem to have an interest in him. So yeah, again, I don't know much about either of them. Today we're going to focus on Ernie Shell. You guys are welcome to drop what you know about Ernie in the comments below, because after this video is done and posted, I do plan to look into him a little bit more to find out if we're going to dive deeper into this character. So at this point, I'm glad I don't know much, but again, share what you know and we will potentially do a follow-up read. So I'm going to start with the archetypes. I'm going to pull 2 for the opening energies, and for the opening message, I just want to ask Spirit to show me about Ernie's personality and who he is at the core of his soul. So that's kind of what I want to know, is really nothing about Summer, but about Ernie as a human, as a person, and what Spirit can tell us about who he really is behind closed doors. And also, I believe if this is the right Ernie, is this the guy that makes masks, or is that a different person? Does Ernie make Halloween masks? I feel like I'm remembering. Holy shit. Did you guys see that? I was just sitting here thinking, why do I feel like they were the ones telling me about the masks? And the fact that he's Lightning Tiger, I was being reminded of my dream of Summer, and this freaking card just flipped out. Again, I don't know if this is the right person, if this is Ernie, the one who makes masks, or if you guys were referring to like the neighbor's ex-husband. I don't remember. Is it Andy? Wow, that is so crazy, guys. I'm going to leave this out because that just, I cannot even believe that just happened, to be honest. Wow. Is he the one that makes Halloween masks? Ew, that's crazy. Okay, Spirit, can you give us another energy around Ernie Shell and who he was as a person? This, I'm not going to take them because there's a lot, but I do want to say in my pre-shuffle, The Arrows card was showing itself to me, along with the Destroyer, Venom, Underworld, like very toxic cards around who he was in a relationship. I don't even know if he is in a relationship or what his marital status would be or what he was like, but I was getting abuse around relationships with this guy when I was pre-shuffling the cards as I brought them out. I'm gonna get one more energy. Spirit, can you give me one more card for Ernie Shell? Lightning Tiger. The Bridge. I know the Bridge is a repeating energy for Summer Wells, and the visuals are similar. You see the dark background here with all of the beautiful color here, and then you have the dark background here with the beautiful color here, and it's almost like sharing the light and the darkness here. The Mask and the Bridge. I still cannot believe how that Mask card just flipped out. All right, I'm gonna grab a quick spread from the Wild Unknown Tarot just to get some sort of opening energy as to who Ernie is as a person. Spirit, I'm gonna pull a 7-card spread for Ernie Shell as a person. If you could help us out, please give me the ability to discern the messages. Show me what I need to see about Ernie Shell. I mean, that's a cheetah, but still a big cat, considering he calls himself Lightning Tiger. And there's the tiger. Wow. I was seeing a lot of the 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, the Sun card, a lot of good energy around him with money. So far we have the Magician, the 10 of Wands, the High Priestess, and the 10 of Pentacles. Now I'm seeing burdens around money. A lot of darkness here under the mask with that 10 of Wands. It's like he hides a lot. He puts on a front that he has everything he needs, the people, the resources, a happy life, but I feel as though the secrets he keeps is the darkness that's within him. And maybe an emphasis on generational curses or financial insecurity. The Ace of Wands. The Hermit. Two of Wands. Bottom of the deck is that 10 of Cups. So we have 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups showing here. And then we have a lot of really good cards around Ernie on the outside. Like powerful, ambitious, a leader, passionate, having all his resources, having all his shit together. But then in the middle, we see the Hermit and the High Priestess, which is really lonely, solitary, quiet energy with heavy burdens. And then that Mask card just leads me to believe that he hides a lot of darkness within him. But at the same time, with that Bridge card, I feel this might be an unpopular opinion if you guys think he's a shady character, but I feel like on the outside, even despite this dark hole within him, he tries to illuminate positivity and light. Whether that's the facade or not, I feel that energy of him suffering deep within his soul and having this dark black hole within him. But in his interactions, he's giving that everything's okay. He's trying to spread light to other people. He wants his exchanges to be light and positive, and he wants to like impact the world in a positive way despite the darkness that surrounds him. This Hermit card, keep going back to this hermit in the mask and the bridge keeps sticking out to me, that he's this timid, scared turtle within the darkness of his shell. But the energy that he gives off, he's trying to give off like a light. And then again, with this High Priestess and Ten of Wands, there's a lot of darkness there. And it's like he's in his little shell, trying to be a light in the darkness. But I do see darkness within him. I mean, at the core of who he is, there are a lot of things that he suffers with. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was a victim of child abuse. And if he does try to advocate for victims, whether that's a mask or not, I don't know, we'll get into like a full spread on him, but I feel as though there's energy around, he knows what this is like, and he's trying to bring light around a situation that probably created the darkness within him. And it's not to say that by him trying to bring light to the situation or be a positive beacon of light in his interactions, that doesn't mean that that is who he is all the time. That doesn't mean that he doesn't go home and verbally abuse his significant others, or that he doesn't have dark tendencies behind the scenes, because I also felt that too in the pre-shuffle with him being verbally abusive with his partners and having a temper. I see darkness within him, but in his overall energy, he tries to put on this facade or this mask of he is healed and he's helping and he's putting light out into the world. I guess that's the best way without just continuing to repeat myself or go in circles with the energy. I do feel like there's a little bit of a like split personality here. There's definitely a split. I'm just going to build on this a little bit. I'm going to get 4 cards from the Ethereal Visions, and then I'm going to pick these back up and ask about Summer specifically. Spirit, can you give me a few more cards showing me Ernie and who he is as a person? Who is Ernie Shell? Five of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles. 4 of Wands. The Emperor. The Artist card at the bottom. What I'm feeling from this energy, I'm feeling like a younger Ernie, and I feel that this is important to understand who he is as a character, because Spirit's showing me his adolescence. I would say from like 10 to 15 years old here with this Knight of Pentacles is the age I'm picking up on intuitively. And then I have the Bully card here with the Home card and the Emperor. So there was a male figure in his life, probably around the age of 10 to 15. I don't know if his mother remarried or if a father figure came back into his life around this time, but there's a significance around 10 to 15 years old and a very abusive male figure in his home. So if this is highlighting maybe where the darkness is coming from Ernie, I feel like this is Spirit's way of maybe giving us insights into where that darkness comes from. And the Ten of Cups is a family card. And then the Mother of Cups under that is showing me the mother and the family there. The Artist card at the bottom is giving me the energy of like turning your pain into your power, like taking whatever happened to him during these years here and kind of putting him on the path that he was on. And maybe this experience right here is what fueled him into whatever outer experience or facade that he showed the world into who he was. At the core of it, though, I feel like he's very lonely and that he struggles with things internally that he doesn't speak about. And again, I don't know, maybe he does speak about it. Maybe he's open about this abuse. I'm not sure. But to me, it looks like on the outside, he has it all together and he's trying to be a beacon of light. But he really has deep childhood pain within him from this emperor. Well, that's a look into Ernie Shell. Let's pick these up and get information on how Ernie Shell might connect to Summer Wells in her case. I'm just going to shuffle these really quick, and then we're going to start with the Shadowland Lenormand. We'll grab a tarot spread with a couple different questions, and then we will end it with the Dark Mirror Oracle. The Hermit in this deck just flipped out while I was shuffling. I will note that. Second time we've seen the Hermit. Alright, Spirit, can you give us 4 cards? I'm asking for 4 cards about Ernie Shell, Lightning Tiger, and how it pertains to his possible involvement with sex trafficking or Summer Wells specifically. Can you give me energy as to whether or not Ernie Shell could be related to the disappearance of Summer Wells? Is Ernie somebody we should be suspicious about? Can you give us energy around Ernie and Summer Wells? I'm gonna get 2 more. That was 4. Spirit, give me 2 more cards for Ernie. The lily as the underlying energy there. I know this is weird, but while I was shuffling before this last key card came out, Spirit told me to pick these 4 cards up, shuffle them around, and lay them out in a different order. I don't know what that's about, guys. We have the ring here, the mountain, the child, and the key. So I'm just gonna, and they might come out in the same order, but Spirit's telling me pick them up, shuffle them around, and lay them out in a different order. The weirdest message, I don't know. All right. So now we have key, child, ring, and mountain. Pull these a little closer. And I feel like okay, let's just see. I'm gonna glance at the book because I'm still pretty new to Lenormand. Knowledge and access, breakthrough, insight, and epiphany about a child ring. I mean, if we're just looking at the symbols here, we have the key to the child ring that's an obstacle, is how you read that, just literally. The key is a symbol of accessing both physical and symbolic spaces, often meaning knowledge or sudden realization. The key shows up in spreads with symbols ahead of or behind, which Specifically point to the key or solution to the question asked. The solution to child trafficking rings. The solution. Insight, knowledge about. Just getting the energy of whatever this child ring is here. The knowledge to this is blocked by a huge mountain. Like, not everybody is granted access. But there's some sort of insight here showing up with Ernie, which is interesting. Card 13. Child, valued, precious, innocence. They can surpass any adult's imagination. Perhaps looking at things from a child's point of view is suggested. The modifier small is often used when this card appears next to other cards. For example, next to ship, it may mean a small or short trip or small business opportunity. This card may also indicate pregnancy or an actual child, depending on the question and context. So the ring signifies personal or business partnerships, a pledge, teamwork, commitment, or union. A pledge to help free children. Like, here's the key card. This is a pledge or commitment. Here's children. This is showing as a huge obstacle. I could be totally out of line here. But I feel like Ernie was possibly trying to get down to the bottom of whatever is going on with children. Like, actually. My first opinion when I was looking into Ernie many months ago when his name first came out, when I was telling you guys about my dream and I was starting to get questions about Ernie Shell, what I had seen about him trying to get to the bottom of whatever was going on, which I haven't really looked into the guy, so I don't know where the suspicion comes from, but I thought maybe if there is a dark child trafficking ring going on in Tennessee and he was trying to get to the bottom of it and he got too close, maybe that's why everybody turned on him or got suspicious of him, or he went on the run, or whatever ended up happening there. I don't really know, again, all the details, but that was like my first impression was, okay, maybe he got too close. Maybe the powers that be decided to turn the public opinion on this guy. But again, I don't know. But I do see him getting close and carrying knowledge about this ring that became an obstacle for him. This, is a challenging situation, a blockage, feeling defeated by challenges or insurmountable obstacles. A blockage that appears directly between you and your goal. Blockage that appears directly between you and your goal. All right, so given this opening energy, I wanted to read Lily as the underlying energy here. Platonic love, wisdom, happiness, and loyalty. The card represents a mature male or female who is experienced in something. Wisdom comes with age, and this card represents a mentor or professor figure. The lily indicates both sexual desire as well as platonic relationships. It may indicate an older person with secret desires or one who reminisces a great deal about past romances. The card may also indicate loyal, older community members or platonic family relationships within a grandfatherly or fatherly figure. The lily suggests a mature perspective and offers peace and happiness. I know that sounded kind of nefarious at first, guys, but what I was getting from that card is his past relationship or experiences that he had with that emperor person that just showed itself to us, that I feel could have potentially been abusing him. And again, being the reason why he's trying to get to the bottom of this issue. I don't know. Let's see what the tarot has to say. I'm going to ask about Ernie's work with child traffickers and being an advocate for them. Spirit, can you show us if this was genuine and out of a pure heart? If his intentions were pure, or if he had other motives for getting involved in this type of work. Ernie Shell and his involvement with child trafficking. Show us his intentions. Okay. That's the Four of Swords. I'm seeing the Lovers here at the bottom. I'm going to keep pulling because that can definitely go many ways. Emperor. I could feel this card. Ever since it showed itself to me with the EV Luna, I keep feeling the residue of this Emperor in this reading, whoever this is for Ernie. The Hermit. I told you I seen the Hermit again in this deck and it showed itself to me. Wow, and it just hit the ground. There's that Hermit with the Emperor. Let's get one more. The Wheel of Fortune with, oh, that's a lot. So we're not going to take them, but I have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. All right, let's get one final card. King of Wands. Wow, with a Hierophant. Potentially even somebody like a religious figure or like a camp mentor, a teacher, an elder in the church. A King of Wands. Look at this, guys. We have the Emperor, the King of Wands, the Hierophant here. This Lily card talks about a potential mentor type figure, a mature male. With the Lily and the Hierophant, I feel like, this is so out there, guys, but I feel like Ernie Shell was potentially abused by somebody like in his church, or he knows how people in authority or people of power can take advantage of children. And that is what started his advocacy. I feel like he knows firsthand how people who appear to be upstanding members of society can be actually really hurting kids behind closed doors. The King of Wands and the Hermit with the Emperor, he was like forced in silence in some way. He was abused behind closed doors. This is the Sleeping card. This is the Four of Swords. This is showing him like helpless, like late at night. Some emperor, he was forced into silence, and I don't know that he speaks about this, but this is the reason why he wanted to bring awareness to the situation in his adult life. I would love to look into this guy more and figure out how he got started into all of this and if he's ever talked about his past. But the Emperor, again, shows like the head of an organization, the authoritarian, but with the Hierophant and the Lily card here, I feel like it's more than just the head of the household. Unless his parent was also head of the household and then head of something else, head of the church, an elder, head of Boy Scouts, or did something to where they were in charge of other people who were around younger kids. principals, coaches, camp counselors. The fact that he got inside knowledge into things that were going on with important people led him to wanting to know more about what was going on with children and wanting to advocate for them. This might not be the reading you guys wanted if you guys really wanted me to dig into him because you guys think he is the one that took Summer. This might be an unpopular opinion, but so far I see a kid who was really hurt by this Emperor King of Wands, and then him trying to find information about child trafficking and this becoming like this mountain he's spent his whole life trying to overcome. Well, let's keep going. Let's see. It looks like that was his intentions. His intentions with getting involved here. I'm gonna grab the Wild Unknown Tarot. And I'm just gonna ask directly, Spirit, did Ernie Shell have any involvement in Summer Wells going missing? Specifically Summer Wells. Did she have any involvement with what happened? Did he have any involvement with what happened to Summer Wells? Mother of Pentacles at the bottom. A lot of major arcana showing up here. The first card out here is the Devil. But I just see this Devil being in line with this Hierophant right here, the Lily card over here. Look at that. I slid the deck over and the card that stayed on the table was the Ten of Wands. This is the burden of whatever this person in the church or some respected organization. It's actually the Devil here, somebody that was mentoring children. Okay, stay on track. We have the Devil, the World, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. The Devil card could look really bad coming out asking this question, but the World card is an ending to something. And the Eight of Cards is your life, or the Eight of Pentacles is like your life's work. And then the Wheel of Fortune is changing the cycles, turning something around. Could be a favorable outcome. It's karma, it's destiny, it's fate. I mean, I feel like his life's work had everything to do with changing the cycles from his life and bringing light into the devil that is around children, causing an ending to that. I don't know why I feel this like need to protect his reputation. I don't even know this guy. What I seen about him was terrible with abusing animals and things like that. So I don't have any like soft spot for Ernie. And the fact that the mask just came out, we had mass monsters in my dream. The Tiger card was there. I mean, he could very well have something to do with this or not be a good character, but in this reading I keep going back to identifying the cards as somehow like defending him, like saying his life's work was to end this cycle of abuse that specifically has to do with children. I'm going to clarify this energy because I feel like this is important. This is an important question that you guys probably all want to know. Spirit, can I get 3 cards to clarify if Ernie had any involvement with Summer Wells and her disappearance? And I don't even know if that is your guys' question. Do you guys feel like he's involved? The Empress. The Empress with the Devil and the World. Are you guys wondering if he's involved, or did he come into the scene after Summer was missing, or was he a character that was already on the scene before she went missing and that's why it's suspicious? Or did he come on and get involved after she went missing and then you guys are curious about like what is the suspicion around him? Am I asking the right questions for you guys? I don't know. If you have specific questions around Ernie, drop them in the comments, and if we do a part 2, we'll hone in on more of what exactly you guys are wondering. The Empress, the Ace of Pentacles. Ten of Cups again. We had Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles out here. We have the Queen of Pentacles showing on the bottom of the deck over here. Oh, with the Mother of Cups as well. So two Mother cards here with this Empress, the Ten of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. The Empress, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups. Six of Swords at the bottom. Did he have anything to do with Summerwell's disappearance? I'm seeing this pentacle above the mountains. We have the mountain here. The way over the mountain is with money to access the information. It's like you almost have to be wealthy. The Empress and the family, that's heavy energy around a mother. The Ace of Pentacles could also be a gift. This also get heavy energy around like fertility, which I don't know how it applies to the question, but the Empress with being fertile, the Ace of Pentacles being the seed that implants or impregnates somebody, and then the Ten of Cups, we're looking at a family here. And now I'm being reminded of the energy I always get around summer with some sort of like infertility, some sort of IVF references with her. I don't know what that's about, but why is it showing up here again for Ernie with this key card and children? Maybe he knew something about, maybe he knows something about some infertility process for women that involves children and whatever child rearing this is. There's something here with Summer's case about women who can't have children. And there's secret knowledge here with the Devil. And this Hierophant and the Lily, this could even be like doctors' energy, doctors who work in this field. I don't know why it always comes back to that. But I mean, I'm not making this up out of thin air, guys. You can see the cards here is what leads me to believe that and remember other downloads I've had. I don't know. Let me get two more cards to clarify this whole reference I'm seeing around the Devil and secret knowledge with infertility and women, families, creating families, paying for families, some sort of secret ring about obtaining children in unconventional ways. Three of Swords. Queen of Swords. There it is there, guys. That was exactly the confirmation that we need. The Three of Swords and the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is the mother that has lost children, can't have kids, the infertile mother. You can look all this up. That is exactly what the Queen of Swords would talk about. I was telling you guys, we were getting heavy emphasis around women. We have the Mother of Pentacles here, the Mother of Cups here, we have the Ten of Cups, the Empress here, and now we have heartbreak around an infertile mother or a mother who has lost children. The energy keeps repeating with Summer, but now it's showing up with Ernie, and I don't know if it's just because Spirit is taking the opportunity to again highlight the key. I was going to say like the key information in Summerwell's case. We have the key here. The child, the ring. This talks about the child, a commitment, an obstacle, a family, a couple who has an obstacle with having a child. That is the key. The woman who can't bear children is the key. I feel like if it's coming out so strongly in Ernie's energy read, that maybe he knows something about this. He knows secret information about this Emperor, this King of Wands, this Hierophant energy. But then 4 women show up right after that. Mother, Mother, Empress, Queen. I think I'm going to leave that here for Ernie Shell's opening message because I don't want to dig in too deep with having such little information about him, and I do want to hear from you guys what exactly it is that you guys are suspicious about, or what questions I should be asking, because I don't know what to ask. So if you guys have ideas, drop them in the comments. We'll do a part 2 for Ernie Shell specifically, but help me out here, guys. I don't know what I'm supposed to be asking, or what you guys know about this guy that I don't. I don't want to continue to defend him if he's some terrible character. Anger and Chains is what just flew out of this deck with Parasite at the bottom. Ew. That's not good dark mirror energy. The Parasite, though, is something that eats you alive. And the Anger and Chains. Let's read this card. Anger and Chains for Ernie Shell's Dark Mirror. This card 29. The stage here is anger, lions and sparks and chains and signs and lines all meddle together. Geometry and colors like an explosion. Another big cat energy. Anger is not the road to clarity. It's not a controlled effort or a cold dish. It is raw, primal, explosive. It is the loss of reason, the loss of restraint, a bomb burning bright in black color. Yeah, that's definitely giving this energy. All that darkness. A wax seal carefully crafted to be immediately broken. But anger is also freedom. How can you break a single thread woven with a million others? How can you unfetter yourself from a bad situation, letting all the rest unchanged? It doesn't work like that. When you need to break free, you need to shake and shout, and more things will be broken than just what you want to hurt. They are like a bundle. You can target, but you cannot choose. Break many to break one. Save one to save many. I don't know why. I've got to break free. I want to be free. How can you break a single thread woven with a million others? How can you unfetter yourself from a bad situation, leaving all the rest unchanged? It doesn't work like that. When you need to break free, you need to shake and shout, and more things will be broken than just what you want. They are like a bundle. You can target, but you cannot choose. Break many to break one. Save one to save many. Very interesting. I kind of want to glance at Parasite just because I haven't read that card. This is the stage of depression. This says what can't survive alone will seek company. But instead of growing together, they will wither together. A parasite, a leech, kills itself as much as it kills the host. It sacrifices the journey to the destination and then the destination to its own failures. The problem is not living as sheeps, but the true problem is living as a sheep for 100 years. We cling, we bite, we hunger for safety and freedom and support. And on the other side, we get mangled, bitten, demanded on. Well, it happens. It happened, and it will happen again. It's part of the game. But if it happens too often, it creates a toxic environment. It doesn't matter if you are the victim or the perpetrator, as poison is shared equally. One gets the pain, another one gets the advantage, but the toxic part, they both get. This book is kind of hard to read. The problem is not living as sheep, but the true problem is living as a sheep for 100 years. So talking about a sheep and a parasite and being eaten alive with anger and chains. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me know what you guys thought of the reading, what you guys know about Ernie Shell, any insights you have, any questions you have, if you want to see a part 2, if you don't want to see a part 2. let me know. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.